God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. I was really hoping to get to talk about some actual news as far as the Supreme Court pick today, but the president is going to be making that announcement at 9 p.m. So it's not going to be in today's show. It's going to be in tomorrow's show. And I'm sure that there will be a lot to talk about because I'm sure there will be a lot of lies and slander and libel that has been written and spoken about Trump's Supreme Court pick. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow to hear analysis about that. In today's show, I want to jump across the pond, and I don't do this very often. And there was another story coming from across the pond that I know everybody on the internet was talking about, so I kind of avoided it for the reasons that I didn't want to be more white noise, I guess. I guess there's some merit to addressing an issue as big as Articles, I believe it was 13 and 15, maybe it was 11 and 13. It was going to be a big deal for Europe if those articles had been passed. But I want to talk today. You know, last week those articles were blocked somewhat. But today, Theresa May unveiled a Brexit plan that has caused some of her pro-Brexit cabinet members to resign in frustration. So, I don't know, maybe some of my viewers won't know who these people are, but David Davis resigned from the cabinet. His deputy, Steve Baker, resigned from Theresa May's cabinet. Another Brexit minister, Suella Braverman, quit. Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is one of the most pro-Brexit prime ministers of England, also has voiced his inability to support the Brexit plan. And Theresa May's defense of the plan is that the offer fulfills the vote to leave. Now, from what I've heard about the plan, is that it's being characterized as Brexit in name only. The plan keeps England, or Britain, I suppose is the name under this circumstance, keeps Britain in the European Union in every way except for representation. For an analogy for my American viewers, Britain is the third largest economy in the European Union. So it would be as if New York seceded from the United States of America, or seceded only from the houses of Congress of the United States of America and said, no New Yorker can ever lead the United States of America as president. No New Yorker is going to be a member of the Senate or the House of Representatives, but we're going to continue to be subject to the federal laws of the United States of America. That's the way that I understand the Brexit plan as proposed by Theresa May, I guess, is the only party that this plan is representative of to be. And I think it comes as no surprise to anybody that has been paying attention to the Brexit negotiations so far. Theresa May campaigned on the Remain side of Brexit. Many of the Conservative Party in the UK were Remainers as well. In fact, the Brexit plan was the brainchild of the UK Independence Party, otherwise known as UKIP. And the Conservatives, I think they're also called Tories over there. The Tories kind of co-opted the movement in order to gain and stay in power, I think is the way that that Brexit progressed over there politically. So that this would be as if the Libertarian Party in the United States of America proposed an amendment I guess, to the Constitution that was extremely popular among Americans. And so one of the other political parties, probably the best analogy for conservatives in Brexit, or in the UK, is Republicans. Because there are a lot of Republicans that are establishment, big government, left-leaning type figures. And there are many more, I think, insurgent conservatives in the Republican Party than there are insurgent candidates in the Conservative Party in the UK. But anyhow, it would be as if the Libertarian Party wrote an amendment to the United States that was very popular, so popular that that the states decided that they wanted to implement a version of the amendment. And so the Republican Party took up the amendment as part of their platform, campaigned on passing that amendment, got into power, and then wrote a version of the amendment that that embraced only the name of the amendment and not really anything else about the amendment. So now that analogy falls apart a little bit because this is more about a state leaving. Okay, so here it is. It would be as if the Libertarian Party proposed an amendment to the United States Constitution that would allow states to fully and totally leave the Union of the United States. And the Republican Party took up that amendment as part of its campaign platform. But when it came time to implement the amendment, they said that a member of the United States of America could only leave the Congress of the United States, but would have to remain subject to all other federal laws and statutes. That is I believe that's a good analogy for Brexit as it currently stands under the direction of Theresa May. So naturally, a lot of YouTubers that I spend my time watching and gathering information from are very upset about this. A lot of the YouTubers whose circle I follow are pro-Brexit, and so they don't like seeing that Theresa May has put forward a Brexit in name only plan. And myself, I was for the idea of Brexit. I thought it was kind of like the Declaration of Independence for the United States, that Brexit was the UK's declaration of independence from the EU. But unfortunately, I think the Brexit movement has been undermined by the very political party that co-opted the idea. And a lot of other YouTubers have warned about this day coming, that Brexit was going to be undermined by the establishment of the UK, who has a lot of vested interest in seeing the UK remain a part of the EU. So I hope that the people of the UK will fight back against this. Now, it was a slim margin that voted for the Brexit question. I believe it was something on the order of 54%. So it's going to be an uphill battle, I think, at this point. The more time goes on, the more people could have been persuaded by the mainstream media and by the Remain bloc of UK politicians. So this late in the game, or perhaps at this point in the game, Leavers will have a difficult time, I think, of unseating the establishment from power sufficiently so that they can actually execute a hard Brexit, which I think is what the referendum in the UK back in 2016 was all about. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Make sure that you hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss tomorrow's news, which will be about the Supreme Court pick and will undoubtedly be about the malignment that pick will be undergoing. I really do think that we're either going to get Kavanaugh or the lady justice who whose name escapes me at the moment. She's got 3 names. It's that one, the very Catholic one, as she's being characterized by some people in the media. I myself am a little bit apprehensive of Kavanaugh, so I would rather see the Lady Justice, but apparently there are a couple of other names that made the short list who could also be selected. So it just remains to be seen. That's going to be tomorrow's news. I hope that you'll tune in with me then. Until the time comes, have a good night, and God bless.